Hello and welcome to another episode of Live, Think, Grow. My name is ReginaOSilva and I help female coaches and lightworkers become full-time and thriving using spiritually infused mindset, marketing, and sales strategy. We're gonna switch things up today because on today's episode, I will be discussing the shadow side of entrepreneurship, why it's equally as important as the light. This is such a special episode because this concept so often goes overlooked, and a lot of people don't understand the depth of which you have to go within yourself if you want to be a full-time and thriving coach. As much as I'd like to say this is an easy path and it's all filled with light and love and abundance, there is this shadow side, this dark side, this diving deep inwards to understand what is holding you back in your life. And that includes limiting beliefs, past traumas, patterns, habits. And it can be super difficult and painful, and it can bring up a lot of shit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it to you. Now, before we go any further, just two quick things. First, make sure you hit subscribe below so that you never miss an episode. I give you free mindset and business coaching tips every single Thursday. And these are things right from the inside of my coaching vault. So I'm giving you the cream of the crop of information. I'm not getting skimpy with you at all. So you'll wanna hit subscribe so that you can always be in the know to help you become a full-time and thriving coach. And the second thing I want to mention now that you've subscribed is this concept of shadow. So before I go any further, let's just talk about what I mean by the shadow side of things. So, as you may or may not know, we live in a dualistic world, right? So there's up and down, there's light and dark. So as much as there is light in becoming a successful online coach and an entrepreneur, such as helping people, fulfilling your soul's mission and purpose, embodying your power, there's the shadow side, as I already started to mention, where you have to do the work to break yourself open to essentially relearn and redefine who you are. Because you have been given all of these labels, these things that have happened to you in your life that have essentially shaped your identity. But in order to become a full-time and thriving coach, your identity, your being, your essence has to match the person who is ready to receive that reality. Does that make sense? I hope so. Nod yes, and I'm gonna just pretend I'm seeing you through the screen. So shadow work is becoming really popular, especially now with a lot of spirituality and topics like that on TikTok, but it is extra important in this career field as well. So this episode, I don't really have necessarily knowledge points for you. I'm gonna just be primarily channeling a lot of this information so that you understand what this journey actually is about. And I want to start off by sharing my personal story and how I've been able to get to where I am, right? Because you're seeing, one side of a very diverse story and journey. And as much as I have experienced so much light, right? 6 figures in 1 year, I have, 50 plus clients that I'm serving. On the other side of things, guys, holy shit. I've gone through so much depth, and I've been very fortunate enough for a lot of these experiences to come through meditation, plant medicine, working with other energy healers as well. And it has all been so pivotal to getting me to where I am. So a lot of my traumas that I was dealing with, which I'm sure that you can relate to, is a lot of feelings of unworthiness, of not enoughness, of feeling just self-doubt and disempowered on this path. I'm actually getting goosebumps while I'm saying this because I know that so many of you can relate to this. Now, there's no way that you can move forward and create the life and business of your dreams until you address those things. So that's why it can be often really painful, right? You're visiting these shadow parts of you that aren't necessarily pretty. They don't feel good, right? Guys, there's been stuff that I've had to face that has not been fun to face. I specifically remember when I was in high school, just to fill you in on this, I wasn't very liked by people. And the reason why I wasn't very liked by people, I still had friends, but I was a little bit of the mean girl, is because I had this mask up because I just wanted to love and be loved like we all do. But there were so many of my defense mechanisms and patterns that were deep ingrained inside of me. And even things with my family and romantic relationships, all of it has been needed to be exposed by the light so that I could clear it out and step into who I am today. And so a lot of your shadow that's going to come up is going to be similar to what I shared. It's a lot of it is feeling like you're not good enough, like you're not ready enough, like you're not worthy enough. The not enoughness is a huge theme that will keep you stuck in this stagnant reality that you don't want. But as soon as you start to really go inwards and be like, holy shit, and paint awareness on these parts of you, that's when the real work starts. Because you can only change something that you are aware of. Awareness is the key. Awareness is the key to hacking the matrix and having and doing and being anything you want. Awareness is the key. So while I'm sharing this with you, I will share a couple of ways in which you can do shadow work that will help you change your entire life. And some ways that you can do that is, first, having a consistent practice, an inward practice. There needs to be time that you're connecting inwards into spirit every single day, right? And this is going to help you become more aware and become used to what awareness looks like. So that's why meditation, one of the best ways that you can do that. Now, another really great way to do shadow work is for you to work with someone who specifically handles shadow work. And I know so many coaches that do this. If you're looking for someone to help you do this, right off the top of my head, my amazing best friend and roommate and amazing coach, 𝗬𝗓, put her Instagram handle right here. She helps women specifically go inwards in their relationship to their self. So there are coaches that can help you do this, right? I don't specialize in shadow work. I've actually hired my own coaches and mentors to help me do this. Other general practices that are going to help you is journaling, right? Going inwards, connecting to that throat chakra, using your voice, and also use to your own discretion, but not being afraid to explore different plant medicines. And I'm not just saying ayahuasca, mushrooms can help, also marijuana. It's all about using it intentionally, right? We want to be intentional about using these plant medicines. It's not just to get high and escape. It's about using them intentionally. Again, I'm not saying you need to start smoking weed, but these can be tools that can help you. There's so many other ways that you can dive into shadow work. But what I'm really here to just remind you is that this is why entrepreneurship and your spiritual path are actually the same path. The more that I've gone inside to do this work, I've been met with abundance in all areas of my life. The business is just the tip of the iceberg. But when you decide to become an entrepreneur, you're deciding that you are ready to do this work, that you are ready to look at your own bullshit and overcome it, that you're ready to step into the fearless leader that you know you are ready to be. And so I just want you to know that on this path, you're gonna be met with challenges. You're gonna wanna cry sometimes and wanna feel things, and that's okay. If there's anything that I've learned is allow, lean in to the resistance, lean into it. Instead of trying to come out of it or to get the feelings to go away, when you're feeling something, know that as a cue to go inside. Look at the depths of why you're feeling that way. Look at the depths of why you're acting a certain way. That is when you can unlock the key to become who you are always meant to be. That's it for this week's episode. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you're walking away with this greater depth and knowing that you are on the right path. You're exactly right on time. And if you need support, that's what I'm here for, right? I don't deal with shadow work, but I do help empower you to become that full-time and thriving coach using these spiritually infused strategies. So lucky for you right now, I do still have just one VIP one-on-one spot available right now. This is for a very special female coach and light worker who is ready to do this work. You are ready to be a six-figure plus coach. You're ready to walk the talk. You're ready to do whatever it takes. If that is you, DM me. I'm ready for one-on-one, and we'll take it from there. Now, if you haven't yet, make sure we connect on Instagram and TikTok. It's the same username, @ReginaOSilva. And until next week, happy living.